Welcome back to my channel, Math and Language, and we're going to talk about business combinations, part 17, reacquired rights and pre-existing relationships. So, ang layo na narating natin sa part 17 na tayo. Malapit na tayong matapos sa chapter 2 ng business combination. Meron pang last chapter, chapter 3. Ayun, medyo in chapter 3 mostly mabigat na computation yun, mostly algebra. So, I think mas madali yun. For me. Anyway, so let's start with this one. Okay. So, definition muna tayo ng reacquired rights. Okay? So, sa reacquired rights, ano ba to? Ang reacquired rights natin is a right that an acquirer yung buyer. Remember, yung acquirer natin is yung buyer. Okay? So, previously granted to the acquiree, the seller before they merge. So, ibig sabihin nun, um, ang ibig sabihin nun is, kunyari, the acquirer, nag previously gave a specific right to the company they are now buying. Kuha na lang ako ng ballpen. Okay. ABC, di ba? Ito palagi nating example for the acquirer. Okay. At si XYZ, si acquiree. Mhm. Ngayon, si ABC, ano siya, nag, nagbigay siya ng right or patented technology kay XYZ. Di ba? Tapos, yun yung una nangyari. After ng mga ilang years or ilang time or sometime, binili ni ABC si XYZ. Okay? So, parang ganito lang yun eh. Boomerang effect lang yan. Ikaw, si acquirer, ikaw na acquirer, nagbigay ka ng license or franchise right away years ago. Okay? Ngayon, gusto mo lang bilhin yung company. Kaya ang ina-acquire mo na si XYZ, yung company na yun. Yung right na yun, yung pinahiram mo, ay babalik sa'yo. So, yung PFRs 3 kasi, PFRS, ang hirap magsulat sa ano no, mouse, gamit ng mouse. PFRs 3, very strict yan. Kailangan nating i-record yung intangible asset completely, separate from goodwill. Now, common examples nito, katulad ng franchisor, buying is franchisee, or parang si Potato, ay, ayoko na, ibanggit yun. Na-issue yun eh. Buying is franchisor company, buying back a technology license it previously granted. Kung may patented technology. Diba? So, basahin na natin to. Separation from goodwill. Ito yung kakasabi ko na kanina. Under PFRs 3, when these rights are taken back during a business combination, they must be recognized as an intangible asset separately from goodwill. Tama. Ang common examples, ito nga yung franchisor, katulad ni Potato, yun. A technology licensing agreement where the acquirer allows the acquirer to use a specific technology or patents. Settlement of pre-existing relationships. Sana all may relationship, di ba? Okay. So, basahin muna natin. Before a business combination, the two companies might already ano ba record naka-record. Before a business combination, the two companies might already have a connection. Yes, katulad nga na kanina, pinahiram muna tapos biglang bibilin. Pinahiram mo na yung isang franchise, pinahiram mo na yung technology, tapos after a while, bibili ni acquiree yung isang company na pinahiraman niya ng isang technology. Types of relationships, kailangan alam natin to. Contractual, such as being a vendor and customer, or a licensor and licensee. This is the case for our reacquired right. Pag non-contractual naman, such as being parties in a pending lawsuit, kademandahan. Yung mga requirement dito, kapag mga companies na to nag-merge, yung old relationship mo is settled and the acquirer must recognize a settlement gain or loss. So, before the merger even happens, yung dalawang kumpanya, hindi sila strangers. Magkakilala na sila. Meron na silang pre-existing relationship. Sana all may relationship, di ba? So, yung relationship na yun can be contractual, katulad nito, or contractual like yung mga landlord and tenant, or yung licensor licensee, franchisor franchisee, yung mga ganun. Or it can be even non-contractual, katulad ng, yun nga, katulad to, pending lawsuit between the two. Ang key takeaway naman dito is yung law, batas, considers the merger as a settlement of that old relationship. Kasi nga, yung relationship mo, mag end yan kapag yung companies naging isa, when two become one. Uy. So the acquirer, kailangan niyang i-calculate and recognize yung mga settlement gain or loss on that day. Gagawin natin yun mamaya. Palagi natin siyang gagawin sa mga problem solving natin. Next, measuring the settlement. Okay, basahin muna natin. The measurement rule for contractual relationships, the gain or loss is measured at the lower, always remember measured at the lower of the two amounts. Ito yun. The amount by which the contract is favorable or unfavorable from the acquirer's perspective. Lagi tayo sa acquirer's perspective when compared to current market terms. Or number two, any stated settlement amount in the contract available to the party to whom the contract is unfavorable. Okay. O market term versus contract terms. Kung yung current market value ay iba sa contract value, yung difference nila, merong tinatawag na off-market component. So kung wala naman silang difference yung market term pati contract terms, walang off-market component yun. Remember So that difference is what we use for the settlement accounting. So how do we measure ba that gain or loss? So sa mga kontrata, ang sinasabi ng libro, by the way, kinuha ko to kay Sir Milan. And sinasabi niya, now we always look at the lower of the two amounts of the two specific values. Una, we look at how much the contract is favorable or unfavorable, di ba? Compared to what the market's charging today. Kung yung contract price is off market, ibig sabihin nun, may difference siya from the current going rate. Pangalawa, kung yung contract na yun itself as a specific buyout, okay, buyout, or settlement fee written in it, we compare that to the market cap and take whichever is lower. Ibig sabihin nun, para siyang penalty sa contract, ang tawag dito. Para mawala na tong contract, magbabayad na lang ako ng penalty. Babuy out ko na lang to. So may two amounts ka doon. It's either yung penalty na yon, yung buyout na value, or yung sa offset. Ay, sorry, off-market component. Move on. Moving on, accounting adjustments tayo. So the recognition, the settlement gain or loss is not just the market gap. It must be adjusted for the recognition, removal of any related asset or liability that the acquirer already had on its books. So ano bang purpose yun? So this ensures that any unearned income or prepaid expense from the old relationship is cleared out before the new consolidated balance sheet is created. Ginawa natin to dati. So, finally, we have to look at our own old books. Kailangan natin tignan yung old books. Old books. Hindi yung libro mismo. Okay. So before the merger daw, yung acquirer might have already recorded an asset, yung acquirer na record niya na yung asset or liability na related to that deal. For example, may mga unearned income, 'di ba? Kunyari, nagbayad ng in advance yung acquiree dun sa contract na yun. Tapos, syempre, hindi mo pa na-deliver yung service, magkakaroon ng unearned income dun. So, yeah, they were paid in advance. So, ang rule dito is we must de-recognize, i-de-recognize natin yon or remove yung old balance when we calculate our final settlement gain or loss. Crucial nito kasi ito yung maglinis ng balance sheet eh. Balance sheet so that the new combined company, para fresh siya. Wala tayong mga old debit, uh, debits or credits. Kita natin yun mamaya. Gagawin natin sa mag-journal entry tayo eh. Mahirap pa siyang ma-visualize ngayon. Pag nakita mo sa problem solving, ito pala yung sinasabi ni Sir James. Okay. Ito na, problem solving na tayo. Buti naman. On January 1, 2001, ABC Company acquired all the assets and liabilities of XYZ Incorporated for 1 million pesos. Yung XYZ's assets and liabilities have fair values of 1.6 M and 900,000 pesos respectively. So, mahaba to. So, naglagay ako ng continuation A and B. Hindi ko mapagkasya sa isang slide kasi masyadong na maliit. Additional information, prior daw, dun sa business combination, si ABC nag-grant siya ng XYZ, granted XYZ the right to use ABC's patented technology. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina. Okay, sabi ni ABC, tawag dito, meron kang right to use ng itong technology ko for 5-year period in exchange for 100,000 peso cash. Payable at guaranteed. Okay, and royalty fees based on XYZ sales over the 5-year period. Ngayon, tandaan nyo ito muna yung nangyari. Prior bago mabili ni ABC si XYZ, tanda mo, ito si acquirer, lagi ko na lang ER, ito si EE, acquiree. Meron ng nag-grant na si ABC para may pinag-usapan na sila. Okay? Tapos, ABC recognized sa 100,000 license fee as deferred liability, unearned income, kasi inamortize siya at over 5 years. So, for 5 years, yung use ng patented technology, kaso nagbayad agad si XYZ ng 100,000. Mm. Siyempre, may earn income yan. Diba? Kasi for 5 years yun eh. Nakuha mo na agad ng buo yung 100,000. Mm. Remember your basic accounting. The carrying amount of the deferred liability on January 1, 2001 ay 60,000. Okay, meron pa. Diba? On the other hand, XYZ recognized a license fee as prepayment, prepaid asset, and ina-amortize ito based on the number of products sold. So the carrying amount of the prepayment on January 1, 2001 is 50,000. Hmm. Meron pa. But wait, there's more. Continuation B. On January 1, 2001 daw. Ayusin ko lang yung headset ko. January 1, 2001, ABC Company acquired all the assets and liabilities of XYZ Incorporated for 1 million pesos. So XYZ's assets naman and liabilities have fair values of 1.6 and 900,000 pesos respectively. Ngayon, on acquisition date, yung fair value ng license agreement is 120,000. Okay? Ay, bali ano ba to? Teka lang. Kinopya ko lang pala to. So, ito yung continuation talaga mismo. Ayan nga. On acquisition date, the fair value of the license agreement is 120,000. Ngayon, tingnan nyo to. This consists of the following components. Yung 40,000 na yan, at market, based on market participants estimates. Okay, so paano i-explain yan? Ganito lang yan. Kunyari, may SM, ayoko magsabi ng pangalan. Kunyari, GC na lang. Okay. Yung GC na yan, na worth na 120,000, makakabili ka ng worth 120,000. Kaso, pag binili mo yung GC na yan, 40K lang yung halaga niyan. 'Di ba? So from the acquirer's perspective, si acquirer yung may nagbigay ng GC. Lugi si acquirer. 120,000 pwede mo mabili din sa GC tapos bibili mo lang yung GC ng 40K. Ganun yung ibig sabihin nun. So may off ka na 80,000. 120 minus 40. 'Di ba? So this excess of 120,000 fair value derived from cash flow estimates over 40,000 at market value. Napakalaking lugi nun. So, the off-market component daw is favorable to XYZ. Siyempre, kung favorable kay XYZ yan, unfavorable siya kay ABC as royalty rates have increased considerably in comparable markets since the initiation of the contract. Okay, another one, the contract does not have any cancellation clause or yung sinasabi ko kaninang buyout o yung penalty na lang. Wala, di ba? Wala nakalagay. You will compute for the goodwill. So, paano yan? I-rewrite mo muna yung mga info as much as possible. Ang dami nito, oh. 'Di ba? Pag ni-rewrite mo siya, ABC covered all the assets and liabilities of XYZ for 1 million. Ito yung consideration transferred. Ito yung fair value of XYZ assets. Kasi pag binagbangga mo to, makukuha mo yung fair value of net identifiable assets. Additional information, meron dito, pre-existing relationships, ABC granted XYZ a 5-year technology license for 100,000 cash. Bigyan siya ng 100,000 cash. Okay, sana all. ABC's books carrying amount of different liability, unearned income mo is 60,000. Yan, kailangan nyo i-dasta lahat yan. XYZ's books carrying amount of prepayment is 50,000. Yung license fair value mo, 120,000. At yan, pag pinagsama mo yan, 120,000 yan. At market, ito yung sinasabi ko, worth 120,000, yung sa GC na yan, pwede ka makabili ng 120,000. Kaso pag binili mo yung GC, 40,000 lang. So unfavorable yan kay ABC, di ba? Mhm. Okay, so let's have the step by step. Off market value natin, settlement loss before adjustment. So may 80,000. Ito po yun, 80,000 na lugi. Di ba? Lugi ng 80,000. Kukunin mo yung carrying amount of deferred liability para mapagbanggain mo lang, babawas mo yung 60,000 dyan. Saan galing yung 60,000? Ito po yun, oh. May carrying amount pa siya ng deferred liability, unearned income. Mm. So, adjusted settlement loss mo, 20,000. Mhm. Okay. So, paano ba to? Kailangan na tayo mag-record ng loss because yung kontrata natin ay setting is off market. Mm. Iko-compare natin yung unfavorable gap dun sa liability already on our books. Ito nga, yung off market pati yung deferred liability. Kunin mo yan, 20,000. Okay? Next naman, adjusted consideration transferred. So, yung total cash paid daw ay 1 million. Kailangan mong i-minus, I think sa ano sa consideration transferred, babawas mo yung 80,000 dyan, yung off-market value. So, yung 80,000 off-market portion na yan, considered siya as separate transaction. And if you remember my previous video, tinalakay natin yung separate transaction. Binabawas natin to dun sa consideration transferred. Okay? Therefore, excluded siya from the price paid for the business itself. Diba? So, in adjusted consideration, 90,000 20,000. Mm. So, ito yung formula natin. Ano na lang natin to. 920,000 less mo yung fair value of not identifiable assets acquired. Yung fair value 1.6. Ito yun, no? Pagbanggayin mo yan, 1.6. Sorry, assets mo lang tayo, di ba? Yung 1.6M na asset mo, plus mo yung 40K na right. Ito yun. Saan mo yun? Ito yung at market normal rate. Okay? Kasi na-reacquire natin eh. Na-reacquire natin yung asset. Ito yun, yung 40,000. Na-reacquire natin siya. Kaso, tatanggalin natin yung XYZ's old prepayment. May prepayment. Saan galing yung prepayment po? Ito yun, no? May carrying amount siya na prepayment ng 50,000. Ibabawas natin yan sa mismong asset. Hmm. Okay, nagbawas na ng 50,000 dito. So, ang pinaka-asset natin is 1.590. Fair value of liabilities assume, ito lang yun, 900,000. Okay? Pag minus mo to, ito yung lalabas, 690,000. Diba? Ngayon, adjusted consideration, minus mo ng net identifiable asset, makukuha mo yung goodwill. Okay? It's like this. Consideration transferred natin ay 920 na lang. So, wala tayong non-controlling. Wala tayong ito. So, baba mo lang. Maminus mo siya sa fair value of net identifiable assets acquired ay 690. Ang goodwill natin ay 230,000. Okay. So, journal entry tayo. I-debit mo yung identifiable assets na na-acquire mo. 1.6M plus mo yung 40K na na-acquire mo. Tapos, yung merong kay, tawag dito, kay XYZ na prepayment niya. Ibabawas mo yun sa consideration transferred. Ay sa fair value ng assets. Kaya dyan, 1,590. Yung goodwill natin, 230. Ito pa mo yung liabilities assume, 900. Yung cash, ba't saan galing 80,000 na cash? Dito na galing yon sa off-market natin. Mm, yung lugi yun eh. Okay? Right. So, pag napansin mo, pag equal to eh. Inad mo to at ito, ang lalabas dyan is, kuha ka na nga lang ng calculus. So, main calculus ko. 1,590 plus 230, 1,820. 900 plus 920, o 1,820. So, pangalawa naman, settlement loss, 20,000. Deferred liability. Ito yung kaninang pinag-ano natin. Ito yun, no? Settlement loss tayo na 20. And settlement loss of market value, 80,000, 60,000. Ito yun. Kaya ginawa natin to para may sa journal entry. Diba? Okay. Summary of key takeaways for the first problem. Yung off-market value natin is used to determine the settlement gain or loss. At ini-exclude natin siya sa purchase price of the business. Hmm. Kaya napansin mo, ay, yung consideration transferred, nagbawas tayo ng 80K. Ito po yung 80K. Oh, settlement loss mo, deferred liability. Kaya na tayo nag-debit nito kasi para mawala lang yung liability. Mm. 'di ba? Tapos, bakit tayo loss? Kasi ang liability mo lang 60,000 kaso mas sobra pa yung binayad mo. Hmm. The at market value 40,000 is recognized as separate intangible asset. Yes, ito nga yung sinasabi ko kanina. Pre-existing balances like XYZ's 50,000 prepayment or ABC's 60,000 liability must be removed during the settlement process. Oh, kaya nga nag-add minus tayo kanina. Mm. Okay. So another problem solving tayo. On January 1, 2001, ABC Company acquired all the assets and liabilities of XYZ Incorporated for 1 million pesos. XYZ's assets and liabilities have fair values of 1.6 M and 900,000 respectively. So, continuation to. Masyadong mahaba eh. Ito yung additional information. Si ABC daw and XYZ have a pre-existing supply contract under which ABC could purchase. So, si ABC daw could purchase raw materials from XYZ at discounted rates. The contract has a remaining term of 3 years, which ABC can terminate by paying 100,000 penalty. Pwede tayo mag-buyout. Ito yung buyout, di ba? The supply contract has a fair value of 160,000, of which 70,000 daw is at market. The off-market component is unfavorable to ABC because it exceeds the price of current market transactions for similar terms. So yung supply contract mo, fair value 160, kaso 70,000 lang siya at market. Lugi nga talaga yun. No assets or liabilities related to the contract were recognized in either of ABC's or XYZ's books at the acquisition date. We will compute for the goodwill. So rewrite mo lahat. ABC Company acquires XYZ Incorporated for 1 million pesos. Yung pre-existing relationship natin, a supply contract where ABC buys raw materials from XYZ acquiree at a discount. O, tandaan nyo to. Meron na talagang silang pre-existing relationship bago pa i-acquire ni ABC sa XYZ. Kasi bumibili siya ng raw materials from XYZ. Diba? A termination clause, ABC can cancel by paying a 100,000 penalty, 100,000 peso penalty. At yung the values, so total fair value is 160,000. Yung at market mo, 70. So, meron kang lugi dito na 90,000. Diba? So, there's no related assets or liabilities on either company's books. Okay. So, mga walang prepayment, mga ganun. Settlement loss muna tayo. The lower of rule. Kasi meron nga, kanina wala to kasi wala namang termination penalty. Diba? So, up market value mo, yung lugi ka ng 90,000. Termination penalty 100,000. So, settlement amount mo, kunin mo yung lower amount, which is 90,000. So, adjusted settlement loss natin, 90,000 since wala tayong book liability to the recognize eh. Mm-mm. Katulad ito, papakita ko sa inyo ulit kanina. Walang ganito, oh. Wala tayong carrying amount of deferred liability, mga ganun. Kaya diretso na tayo dun. Pumili lang tayo ng lower. Pinagkaiba lang, ito naman kanina, walang lower eh. Wala tayong buyout penalty ganun. Dito meron, kaso wala naman parang i-recognize. Anyway, step 2 tayo, adjusted consideration and goodwill. Yung binayaran niya 1 million pesos, nakalagay dito. Ayun o. Less settlement of 90,000. Okay? 90,000, ito po yun. Yung lower amount. So, 910 na lang yung adjusted consideration. Yung goodwill calculation natin, itong 910, minus mo siya sa fair value of net assets. Madali lang to kasi wala siyang mga cheche-boreche pa eh. 1.67 minus 900,000, 700,000. So, 910 minus 700K, 210. You know, 700, 210,000. Ganun lang siya. Okay. Ulitin ko. Itong total cash paid. Ibabawas mo yung settlement na 90,000 yung panalugi mo. Tapos, yung fair value of net assets, wala kasing masyadong cheche-boreche dito. Kaya, pinagbangga ko lang tong dalawa. Yung mas madali siya, no? Ayun, no? Kasi walang assets or liabilities. Eh, di ba asset and liabilities to? Mm. Ayan. So, 210 siya. Critical concept. So, bakit nga ba? The why illustration 1. ABC was the supplier. Si ABC kasi yung supplier. So, when they bought the company back, they were reacquiring a right they once owned. That is a required right. Kasi si ABC yung nagbigay ng right. Sa illustration 2 naman, si ABC yung customer. So, they aren't reacquiring a right kasi di naman sa kanila talaga yung right eh. Nang bumibili ka ng right, di ba? They're simply buying their supplier. So, the 70,000 market value is just subsumed. Hidden na siya in goodwill. At hindi na siya ilalagay sa separate asset. Yun yung pinakaiba. So, sa illustration 1, tayo yung nagbigay ng right. Si AB, palagi tayo sa perspective ni ABC ng acquirer. Si ABC nagbigay ng right. Si pangalawang illustration naman, tayo yung hindi tayo yung nagbigay ng right, si XYZ, yung acquiree, yung nagbigay ng right. Mm. So journal entry mo, identifiable assets acquired natin, i-debit mo siya. 1.6M at goodwill 210. Ito yon. Liabilities assume, lagay mo yan. Yung cash mo, yung 1M minus 90K, which is this one, yung settlement loss. Kasi mabisa sa adjusted consideration, di ba? Ito yun. 210 na. Pag pinagsama mo yan, ano, pag check mo to, inad mo to, equal yan. Settlement loss naman natin, ito yun. Na 90,000 at yung cash 90,000. Madali lang. Okay, last na tayo. Last problem solving na. Makakauwi na. Hindi, joke lang. On January 1, 2001 daw, ABC Company acquired all the assets and liabilities of XYZ Incorporated for 1 million pesos. Yung XYZ's assets and liabilities have fair values of, ito na yung kanina. Kaso, nagkakaiba lang yan sa additional information. ABC daw is a defendant on a pending patent infringement suit filed by XYZ. Ano, kademandahan sila. The ABC recognized a provision of 130,000 on the lawsuit. After the business combination, the disposal patent will be transferred to ABC. Yung fair value daw of settling the pending lawsuit is 100,000. Tandaan nyo, may two numbers dito. May 100,000 at may 130,000. Okay, compute for the goodwill. So, ni-recognize niya, magkano kaya yun, yung lawsuit na yun? 100, so, sige, lagi ko muna 130,000. Kaso, nalaman nila, 100,000 pala. Diba? Compute for the goodwill. I-write mo muna lahat ng mga info. So, ito yung consideration transferred, fair value ng asset ni XYZ, and liabilities. So, ABC daw ay defendant. ABC's books, ABC already recognized a provision. Nilagay niya na 130. Sige, baka 130,000 yun. Kaso, nalaman nila, 100,000 lang. So, paano yun? Settlement niyan, settlement payment, fair value 100,000, carrying amount of provision 130. Mm. So, nagka-gain ka, 30,000. Bakit, sir? Kasi, alam mo, kala mo 130,000 yung babayaran mo, 100,000 lang pala. Eh, di nagka-gain ka 30,000. Diba? Parang ganito lang yan. Um, may bibiling kang gamit sa for school. Nangingi ka ng baon sa nanay mo. So, inassume mo na yung gamit na yon ay 500. So, nangingi ka sa nanay mo, ma, pingi 500 pesos. Tapos, pag bili mo, ay, 450 lang pala. So, nakakickback ka ng 50 pesos. Hindi naman siya direct logic. Direct, kaso, yun. I hope medyo connected siya. Anyway. So, formula na tayo. Total consideration transferred mo, 1 million pesos. Settlement. Babawas mo yung settlement amount. So, napapansin mo, yung adjusted consideration, hindi siya buo ng 1 million. 900,000 na siya. So, yung goodwill, wala naman chachaborecha din sa identifiable assets. Ito, wala naman, nagbago sa assets and liabilities na lang. Kaya, pagbanggain mo lang, 700,000. Di ba? So, ito, minus mo dito, 200,000. Okay, no? 900,000 minus 700,000, 200,000 siya. Sa journal entry, i-debit mo yung identifiable assets, 1.6M. Yung goodwill mo, debit mo rin yan. Liabilities assume, ito yung nasa given. Ito given yan parehas, diba? Itong cash, ito, 1.8 yan. Yung estimated liability mo on pending lawsuit is 130. Kaso, nalaman mo, 100,000 lang. Nagbayad ka na, diba? So, may 30,000 ka na gain. So, summary of the three problems. Sa relationship, sa case 1, reacquired right, contractual. Ikaw yung nagbigay ng right, tapos binawi mo, contractual yan. Supply contract, contractual din. Ito hindi. Pag lawsuit, hindi siya contractual, ha?
Demandaan nga eh. Measurement naman, we have the lower of market versus contract. Lower of market versus contract. Ito, fair value. Kaya din napansin nyo dito sa problem ko kanina, ay problem ni Sir Milan to, kinopya ko lang. Ay no, already recognized provision liability of 130,000 for this lawsuit. Ay, hindi, ito pala. The fair value. Ito yun, 100,000. Yung fair value mismo ng pending lawsuit, ha? Hindi yung provision. Separate asset. Pag reacquired right, yes, separate siya. Kapag supply contract, ang tawag dito, no. Subsume means it's already there, hidden sa goodwill, part na siya ng goodwill. Case 3 lawsuit, hindi rin. Settlement result, ito yung kanina lang. Yan, 20,000 loss, 90,000 loss, 30,000 gain. Alright, so quote na tayo. Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. Yeah, I believe in the word integrity. And as much as possible, if you're going to join a competition, you should play fair, diba? And that's the end of the lesson on business combination. Anong part na to ulit? Part 17, reacquired rights and pre-existing relationships. Malapit na tayo matapos sa chapter 2. Konting topics pa. Tapusin ko to. Okay. If you have questions or need of clarifications, please comment down. Again, this is James, your math and language instructor. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Maraming salamat po. Bye!